Hello there, everybody, on Universe of the BluTubers. My goodness, it's been a long time since I've seen you all on this channel. I am your BluTuber. This is your BluTuber, 22 Tiger Dude here. And we're here to do, and on this day, it has been quite a while since we've done one, but it feels good to be doing one again. And for this, on this day, we are going to be celebrating the 10th anniversary for Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And this idea is thanks to Adam Haskell. He actually thought of the idea of doing it on this day for this, of course. Thank you to him. But of course, before we do go into this video, I will introduce, starting off, BluTuber Brian Mendoza.
Hello, and I haven't been on a video on here in a long time.
And guest, Adam Haskell.
What's up, guys? How are you? Yeah.
This is a film that turned 10 years old. It's seriously crazy to think that this film came out on April 18th of 2008. I haven't seen this movie when it came out. This film at the time, when it came out, I was 13 years old. So to think that I am 23 years old shooting this is insane to me. But of course, when it comes to this movie, first time I saw it, I was 20 years old. I think I was like around there when I first saw it. I've seen clips of the movie, but it wasn't until when I hit my 20s, that my full 20 literally, that I sat through the film and went, wow, I cannot believe it took me so long to actually watch this film. This film is one of the best romantic comedies I've ever seen. You know, we've had a lot of movies that deal with breakups. So when you go into a film like this, you think it's going to be your by the numbers breakup kind of movie, but it really isn't. It breaks the formula. And not that it's a bad thing that breakup movies are formulaic. It's always about execution, of course, but it's just how Jason Segel told his own story is truly fascinating. I know this is a personal project for Jason Segel. I think even to this day, the most personal film he's ever done. So you could tell that he poured a lot of his heart and soul into writing the script. The screenplay is seriously just truly tremendous. From the way his character Peter talks to Sarah Marshall, you know, their interactions, or when he talks to Rachel, played by Mila Kunis, all the other characters with that are played by Russell Brand and Jonah Hill, Paul Rudd, Jack McBrayer. You have a great cast here. Everyone is really great. Jason Segel is obviously fantastic as Peter, probably my favorite role from him. You just get so involved in Peter's story, and you really want to see where his story is going to end from here, where the movie ends, without spoiling anything for those that haven't seen this movie yet. I feel like it really pays off so beautifully. And yes, I will say, while I do have a minor flaw that the ending feels a little bit rushed, it still doesn't take away from the fact that where the movie ended was truly fantastic. And not to mention that Peter and Rachel, they have such amazing chemistry with each other. Mila Kunis is obviously fantastic here. Kristen Bell is also very great as Sarah Marshall. And these characters are layered too. They're not your one-dimensional characters. There's layers to them that I found to be very interesting. And the dramatic moments, when the movie is dramatic, it really hits you. It gives you this big emotional impact. The movie is also hilarious too, no doubt. So when the movie does aim for comedy, it is hysterical. I laugh every single time I do watch this film. So it honestly works when it comes to the comedy genre and the romantic genre, because it is very romantic, and obviously in the more dramatic aspects of the film. Like, man, does it really hit you in the feels. So Nicholas Stoller, he directed this film. This was his directorial debut, and I thought he did a fantastic job directing this film. He really did bring you into the world of Peter, you know, everything that he had to deal with, from like his breakup with Sarah Marshall to when he's in Hawaii, just the situations that you see him go through throughout this film. Nicholas Stoller's direction definitely, absolutely takes you into that. The cinematography is also very gorgeous too. It's just such a truly phenomenal rom-com. And I will now bring it to you, Brian Mendoza.
I'll be honest. This is a good movie to watch after a breakup. Why? It has a great message for those who have seen the film. It honestly helped me from my personal experience, which I won't go into detail because it felt like hell. I'll say that. But it does have an optimistic message, and I can really connect with Jason Segel's character. I agree with Tony. This is like my favorite performance of him, and he is fantastic. Great characters in this film, and um, honestly, it's one of the best looking films in the romantic comedy genre. I gotta say, I haven't been to Hawaii in a while, but kind of makes me want to go.
Yeah, I saw this movie for the first time back in 2015 because I was obviously way too young to see this movie when it came out. Um,
It's definitely radar for a reason.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and I remember seeing the trailer for it, not really thinking much of the trailer, but I love the cast. I love Jason Segel. I love Kristen Bell. I love everybody in this movie. So I gave it a watch, and I was not expecting to be calling this movie one of the best rom-coms, if not maybe possibly my favorite rom-com ever,
Same
honestly.
here.
I love this movie. This movie feels so personal. It's hilarious. And it's my favorite Jason Segel movie. Before I saw this movie, The Muppets was my favorite Jason Segel movie. But after watching it, this movie, this honestly topped The Muppets for me, if I'm being honest. I absolutely love this. The script by Jason Segel is so great. It's hilarious. It's clever, but it also has a lot of depth that you really care about the characters, even the characters that are complete assholes. They even have some likability to them. That's one thing I like about it. Like Russell Brand in this, his characters, he's kind of an asshole. Like, no, he's a big asshole, but he has likability to him. There is moments where you can see where he's coming from. And it's the same way with Kristen Bell as Sarah Marshall. You can actually see where she's coming from at points in this movie. And Jason Segel has great chemistry with all of the characters, honestly, especially Mila Kunis in this movie, whose character's name is Rachel. They have great chemistry in this movie. It makes me surprised that they never done another movie together after this. Hopefully, they will one day. But yeah, Jason Segel, he's my Peter. I think it's the best character in this movie. And I love Jason Segel's performance, and I think it's his best performance to date. And I think Peter is the best character he's ever played, and it just feels so personal. It's funny. Also, it has a great soundtrack too.
Oh
Not a lot of
yes.
people bring up the
Oh
soundtrack
yeah.
to this movie, but there's a lot of great Hawaii music, and there's also a lot of great original songs in here too, which I also really loved. And it's a gorgeous looking movie. It's just a great movie. I always think about, and I always really enjoy going back to. It's a really feel good movie, and I love it. It's just great, and I think it deserves a little more attention than it gets, honestly. I think it's honestly one of the better R-rated comedies we get. Like I always hear about the Seth Rogen movies, and well, those are great too. I feel like this is a movie that deserves just as much attention as those. And yeah, I really love this movie.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to add before we wrap up?
Oh yeah. Paul Rudd plays one of the funniest characters in the movie ever.
Oh, he's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Paul Rudd in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. But yeah, I love the soundtrack in this film. That's something that I loved. I love the use of the Hawaiian music, but I love like what you point out, Adam, the original songs too. So yeah, that's another thing I need to praise the film for. But that'll be it for this on this day, you guys, for the 10th anniversary of Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Happy 10th anniversary for Getting Sarah Marshall. Thank you for deeply impacting me, but also making me laugh at the same time. That's sometimes hard to do but with Jason Segel's strong writing, he was able to pull it off. And obviously with Nicholas Stoller's direction too. Comment down below, let me know. What did you think of Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Brian Mendoza, want to say anything before we go?
I love Lamp.
That's nice. Wonderful. And Adam Haskell, any last words from you, good sir?
Thanks for having me on here. This was a great movie, and yeah.
Oh yeah, and thank you for the idea of doing this.
Oh yeah, no problem. I thought it would be a cool comeback.
Oh, for sure. So of course, this is BluTuber 22 Tiger Dude here with BluTuber Brian Mendoza and guest Adam Haskell. And don't forget that all of us will always have Tiger Power.
Why did I